Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. You won't be seeing any work at the IPI casino site. We tell you why. Also tonight, a traffic fatality ends in one's death. And the alternative care site gets new ownership, further preparing the CNMI. In sports, COWTOWN will rise from the ashes of history to relive its glorious years. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Great customer rep, always willing to go above and beyond for his customers.
I truly hope she gets noticed at work, since I do see she is a hard worker.
The field technician that visited my home was great and helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Uni, keep it up.
Your customer service is always very good.
Awesome customer service with great technicians that are really helpful.
Thank you so much, Sherlyn and Docomo Pacific.
That's so sweet. It feels good to see this kind of messages because we try our best to do customer service.
We make sure that we will 100% resolve the issues.
For all those people that are seeking assistance,
I just want my customers happy
and help them out each and every day.
I would want to go to a place with someone that's just like me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come to Docomo and you'll feel like you're at home.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Marianas Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Marianas Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
For all those going out each day, doing what they can to hold us all together, we're here to help those helping us all by keeping our lights on.
Hafa Day Tirawami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. DPW orders Imperial Pacific to stop work on the Garapan Hotel and Casino project. This was the scene on Monday. A few dozen workers continuing construction. It would be their last day, at least for now. Tuesday morning, DPW officials were on the job site and ordered all activity to stop. Former contractors recently told local officials at a public hearing that the building is dangerous, does not meet code, and is being built without plans. Apparently, someone is listening. This notice was posted on the job site early yesterday morning. It is a stop work order and says you are hereby notified to stop work immediately. It also says no person shall enter the building. And it says there was a failure to obtain a building permit. An IPI security staff who keeps an eye on the site says once the notice was posted, all the workers went home.
So the government, DPW,
came over and told them to stop work. It's right there.
And then all the workers just went home?
That's it, because they can't work, right? Logically, they're going to go home.
How long have you been working here?
For the company?
Yeah.
IPI? Since March of 2017.
Oh.
About 2 years.
Are you getting paid on time, or are you in the same situation as everyone else?
Same situation as everybody else. But, we have for me, my point of view about the whole situation is I got work to do. And if I come to work, then of course I get paid. When it doesn't come out on time, that's out of my hand. I cannot look at it that way. I just have to come and work because I'll do the hard part.
You got a strong work ethic.
I love life.
KSPN was not able to get a comment from DPW. The CNMI sees the first traffic-related fatality for 2020. Yesterday at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the Department of Public Safety received a call from the hospital notifying traffic investigators that the driver of a crashed vehicle on Astrolahi had passed away in ICU. According to hospital officials, the death of 56-year-old male was caused by blunt force trauma to the chest. This crash incident marks the first traffic fatality for this year. The crash occurred on October 25th at the Astrolahi Hill. Police reports state the vehicle had collided with the concrete base of the traffic signal light post. Medic immediately performed CPR to the victim and rushed to CHCC, where emergency room staff was able to revive him and transfer him to ICU. He was being observed by CHCC staff until his passing yesterday. There may be a bit of a delay getting the PUA FPUC checks out to individuals on island. Here's an update from the Department of Finance. Some individuals on island are declaring the checks they receive for PUA FPUC are bouncing, or that there is not enough funds for the Department of Finance to pay out. That is false, according to Department of Finance Secretary David Adelig.
Yes, I'm aware and I've heard that there are rumors going around saying that we have checks that are bouncing and are insufficient funds, and I try to verify that, and that is far from the truth. The CNMI Treasury will not release any checks knowing that we're even at a level where it could bounce.
If an individual does have challenges with a check received from the Department of Finance, Atalig says it is not on them.
It shouldn't have bounced if it came from us, is my whole point. There should be no reason for it to bounce at all. And we have not received any notifications from any bank or any recipient that their check bounced.
The labor unemployment compensation package consists of two parts: the pandemic unemployment assistance and the federal pandemic unemployment compensation.
The PUA, this is the pandemic unemployment assistance, is the weekly checks that people get on a normal unemployment insurance program. And that is the one they say up to a maximum of $345 per week. And there's the FPA, that's the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation, which is a federal program. That's the $600 a week as part of the CARES Act that gave all unemployed recipients additional dollars for this program.
The PUA will continue until December 31st, whereas the FPUC ended on July 31st. But there is a bit of a drawback for those who just got approved for both programs.
There's two separate fundings, and we get two different grants, so to speak. If a recipient is a beneficiary of both programs, we got one check. And so the situation we're in is we have sufficient funding for the PUA program. Where there's been a challenge as the FPUC funds have dwindled down to a level where we're uncomfortable to release checks knowing that that needs to be funded.
Atalig says the Department of Labor has submitted their request to the U.S. Department of Labor for additional funds for FPUC. But there is currently enough money to finish out the PUA program.
Let's keep in mind that when the program started, Secretary Benavente requested over $240 million as the anticipated amount to help our unemployed people here in the Marianas. The only of maybe 45% of those funds, so we received about 140 million, 150 million, and all up front. And therefore, we're at the point where we've distributed a bulk of that money that we received. and we need to be replenished by the Department of Labor.
The request has been approved for more FPUC funding. Now, CNMI DOF is just waiting to receive the money. In court, an ex-enforcement officer changes his plea to guilty on illegal activities of firearms. Former corrections officer Eloy De La Cruz Jr. has entered a plea of guilty to count 1, illegal security, mortgage, deposits, pawns, loan or rental of firearms, destructive devices, or ammunition. Court documents reveal that on February 24th, De La Cruz went to U-Luck Poker in Garapan and used his government-issued firearm as collateral for money and ice. De La Cruz and Michael Jordan Cabrera made the exchange with Gordon Castro. De La Cruz states he planned on getting his gun back when he had money to pay Castro back. The same gun was used by Castro in a hostage situation that resulted in his and his girlfriend's death last March. The Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation has been handed over the alternative care site at Canoe. As the number of positive COVID-19 cases continue to rise around the world, the CNMI is only seeing numbers rise from incoming passengers. But preparations are in place if there is to ever be a community spread of the virus. It's called the Alternative Care Site.
Today is a monumental time for us. All this facility, the equipment that we have here, has been ordered since March, April, May, June. For the effort that we've brought in, the effort that we did to safeguard our community. This is why we were told that if we don't do anything, we would reach 6,000 to 8,000 by June. So we sat down with healthcare professionals, Esther, the task force, Warren, and Pat. What do we need to give our community an opportunity to survive if in case this pandemic hits? That's why we have this.
The COVID-19 task force, along with Governor Torres, handed over the alternative care site at Canoe to CHCC. Moving forward, doctors, nurses, and staff from the hospital will be prepared to jump into action, where if the CNMI does get a COVID-19 surge, the site is ready to be utilized immediately.
Now we can have our doctors, our nurses come in and start using the facility, get used to all the beds, the equipment, and so forth, so that in case we need it, it's already available, ready to go.
The ACS took 47 days to complete, costing around $13 million. The features include equipment storage, break room, PPE, anteroom, biohazard storage, and 2 intensive care units. CHCC CEO Esther Muñoz says the ACS is designed to replicate the performance of the hospital.
Our policies have been amended to include this facility to make sure that what we do at CHCC is going to be done at the main facility is going to be done here as well. So it shouldn't be any different. The idea is to make sure again that our staff and our patients are going to experience the same thing if they were at CHC in the main facility.
That is shown here in one of the ICU rooms that is hemodialysis capable, where the air change is every 7 minutes. In the event there is a large contagion, the air in the room is changed in 10 seconds.
The next 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds, the air is no longer the same in here. It all got sucked out by an upblast.
Every square inch of the building has a redundant power system and air quality created to protect the health and safety of patients, as well as the hospital staff, if there's ever a time the site is used.
We don't know who's going to be contaminated or infected, but I do know that we need to do what it takes to protect each and every one of you, regardless of your race, regardless of your age, your nationality, your status. Because we are one Marianas.
Coming up, there is a new set of protocols for this year's Halloween celebration. We have the details after the break.
Getting kind of late, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. family, go play bowling across the street. I'm gonna go finish my run.
I'm gonna go get a smoothie.
Later, guys.
Later. Walk safe.
Mark, don't do it! Bro, don't jaywalk, because you don't have the right of way. Go use the crosswalk over there, because you will have the right of way.
Thanks, bro.
Alright, man. Mark, wait! Here's a vest for added safety at night.
What vest? Oh yeah, so cars can notice me more.
Always use the crosswalk. Activate the pedestrian push button when available and wait for the walk signal. Make eye contact with drivers before you cross. Wear bright or reflective clothing to increase your visibility to drivers, especially at night.
Come, take your turn at the most unique restaurant on Saipan. Daily lunch specials are just $9.99 and come with soup or salad. Happy hour starts at 5 o'clock, and dinner features spectacular sunsets and great food at reasonable prices. 360 can be chartered for parties, events, birthdays, and weddings. Make it special. Make it 360. The best food and view all the way around.
Winigi Pechay Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Ihinim Lomu.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere ayor sumaye ukalweres ren, kutsu wayor safeye emal ebalisyu klalyam weres.
Inumin ng inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong pharmaceutical.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Over the weekend, community members gathered to watch the launching of a special canoe. Sally Lemus has the story.
She is named Dee Dee, the first sailing canoe made entirely by Chamorro and Carolinian hands.
It is the sailboat that's the smallest, but it is a sailboat. You can take the mast off and you can paddle it, but it's fundamentally a sailing canoe.
Pete Perez, who is the executive director of 500 Sails, says Dee Dee is a 15-foot canoe and is named after a very special person.
Dee Dee is my mother. And she passed away last year, and she was an awesome Chamorro cook. She was a social worker. She married my father, who's a Chamorro from Saipan with a family in Guam.
On Sunday, the 500 Sails gathered at the Guma Sakman to witness the launching of Dee Dee.
It's just such a big advantage to just go and experience this really ancient boat. It brings back all tradition and cultural.
Especially during these times, you can't really go anywhere. Flights are canceled, and there's no other place to go except go sailing, and that could actually take you places. So I think that's what we really love about it.
Perez says the 500 Sails' main goal is revival of tradition.
But we want to try to revive it, because this is a revival. Chamorro's lost so much. We're trying to bring these things back so our community can be healthy and be on the water. There's so many things that we lost, that the community lost when they lost its canoe culture.
500 Sails also brought out the Richard Semen and Anaguan canoes for the community to ride and experience the sail. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Goons and goblins, pumpkins and scares. Halloween is this weekend, and many wonder what will be the protocol for this year's spooky celebration. COVID-19 Task Force Chairman Warrenville Gomez says the island will be following the CDC guidelines for trick-or-treating, and they are recommending not having any kind of gathering.
But we are not encouraging public area trick-or-treating, trunk-or-treat, any setting that would invite congregation to the general public is not encouraged. There are measures that we are recommending even at residential setting.
If you are planning to hand out candy or celebrate at a public location, you need permission. by writing a letter or calling the COVID-19 task force. Some of these safety measures to be followed are
candy bags that are put together needs to be packed, with hygiene precaution, and other things pertaining to the handout, such as labeling is one of them. The very low cost that I recommended is streamer. Having a streamer, tied to the bag, knowing that particular candy came from that area. The idea behind this is I really don't like to see, our community going from one village to another village, because that we don't have all the enforcement capability and tools to manage such activities.
Parental guidance is the key.
We want to also know geographically where could the potential hotspot be because of activities, no? So parental guidance is key here. Please do not leave your kids. I think we've seen it before. Kids are out there. Please keep your kids with you and make sure you bring them at the site with supervision.
Thank you, Ashley, for that treat. All right, coming up, KSPN2 Sports. Christmas comes early to motocross riders, young and old. We've got a feel-good story next.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to be going over the leg press. Now I have here with me is Vince, and he's going to show you how to execute it properly in two different ways. A common mistake that you'll often see is leaving your hands free, either up here or on your lap. I strongly recommend you holding onto the sled and create that tension in the upper body, which then allows you to create more range of motion. So with his current foot placement, he was feeling it on his legs, his quads. Now with a simple adjustment by placing his foot a little higher on the platform and his toes pointed out slightly, he's going to transfer that tension, which was previously on his legs, onto his hamstrings and glutes. Again, he's going to grab onto the sled, creating that bracing effect up here.
Thank you for being here with us.
For finding ways to keep things happening.
For making things feel a lot better.
Thank you.
Energize, realize, feels so good just to be alive. Time's a gift, my time is free. I can spend it on you, you can spend it on me. I could say you'll be blown away by the change you see me. And I feel alright, dance all night, put a little flavor in my life.
Thank you for staying strong with us.
And for us.
Thank you for always connecting.
For keeping us together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding us
that despite this distance,
we are still better together.
Docomo Pacific, better together.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live. Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, way to go Dodgers. All right, while other sports are sidelined by the pandemic, motocross is racing forward. That's right, I said racing forward. And there's going to be a new finish line. The ceremony yesterday in Marpy took place despite a downpour.
This is a blessing, Bob. Wow, everybody came together and just made this awesome event happen, and it's just going to get better from here. So,
the governor signed over a memorandum of agreement awarding the Marianas Racing Association the rights to use public land in Marpy for its new Supercross track. Good news in the short term and also the long term.
Baby Joe?
Yeah, Baby Joe.
Right here, over there. For result? And then here is 3. So I think there's room for them. Definitely not me. I think I'm the same with LT. Since I can't do it, definitely our children, and this is it, right? I mean, like what these guys say up here, it's a little bit for them, but I'm sure the gratification of seeing our young generation move forward.
MRA President Steve Sablon applauded the move for a personal reason.
First, I just want to say that when you get to be my age, you still want to be playing in the dirt too.
Because of the World War II ordinance found in Marpy, they need to get that cleared first. The Brownsfield issue was a concern for COWTOWN. How was that resolved?
You know, I think they went in and they cleared out a lot of stuff, and then also identified that it's cleared. And so with the permitting agencies, it was identified that it's clear, but for a long time. And then we also still have other areas of concern.
Alvarez hoping to resurrect motorcycle racing back to its lofty place with People's Park back in the 70s and COWTOWN the previous decade.
And we're just so thankful and just so grateful that everybody pulled together to make this particular event happen this morning. And we're super excited for the future. Look at these kids up here. This is who we're doing this for.
The last race at COWTOWN 2007, the course was so good back then that it hosted international supercross racing. Local riders are stoked to get it back. As a rider, what does this mean to you?
One of the happiest days of my life, because back then those were the best days of my life, and now it's just all coming back, and we just can't wait to clear it up and get it all ready for everybody. I think it was a successful event, and I'm really happy and glad that it happened. We get to do more riding and encourage the public and the kids, future generations yet to come.
Here's the wind-up and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735. One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159 for 3 months. Call 233-4000. Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Today's high 88, the low 79, heat index 103. That's pretty high for the end of October. 73% humidity tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. High 88, low 78, seas 4 to 5 feet. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 6:12. High tide 5 minutes later. Low tide 26 past noon, and then sunset at 5:49. That is your KSPN2 News, Sports, and Weather on this Wednesday here in the Commonwealth. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here on Friday night.